Namaskar.
Huh?
Now we are going to start Atal FDP session 1. Our first speaker is Professor Devi Prasad Mishra. Today he will be going to discuss very important topic, that is Introduction to Solid Waste Management.
No, 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 no. Hello.
Yes, sir.
I will be talking about waste to energy, a bridge to renewable energy, right?
Yeah, waste to nil. I request you, sir, please share your PPT, sir.
Okay, okay, fine, fine. I am sharing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can share.
Just one minute, 1 minute. I'm just trying to get into. Okay. Enter screen. Share. Is it visible?
Yes, sir. It is visible, sir.
Okay. So, as I told that this talk is basically waste to energy, a breeze to the renewable energy, like that. Now, see, first of all, let us understand what do you mean by waste and why waste is important. And keep in mind that we need to have a very harmonious and balanced life between the human and nature and this beautiful blue planet, what we call Earth. And Earth is we call it Mother Nature. Our Shastra says, Mata Bhumi Putram Putibhyam. We are the son and daughters of this mother earth, mother Prakriti, or nature. And earth is very vital for existence of life because according to the modern science, people have not found any place in the entire cosmos which is having a life except in the earth at this moment of time. There might be, people do not know. And the existence of life depends on the earth. And if you go to Veda, there is a Pruthvi Sukta. I will not talk about it. And there, the sustainable is embedded. And sustainable development, people are talking about it, but they are not practicing, not knowledge. As civilization advance, human being, because of lack of education, lack of wisdom, they directly, indirectly interfered with the natural environment for its selfish interest comfort. And that has caused a lot of problem. And that you can see that particularly India and other places, all are garbage around. And a lot of waste, lot of these things. And pollution, like we have polluted the air, we have polluted the water, you will be polluted the land, we have polluted the human mind. You know, there is a Mahakumbh we are having where a few crore people will be coming. People are expecting 20 crore or 30 crores of people will be taking birth in Ganges. Ganges is the river. What is the most pious river in the world? But we have spoiled. Now, right? And the air we cannot breathe. There is not a single city or in other words, all the cities across the our country is basically are not in a position to provide us adequate air and water the of quality that is required according to WHO, except one city in the northeastern state, and also I think within maybe couple of years that is the place where India is today. And what is the waste? That is also we need to ask. The objects which are no longer of any use to us are called West. And this definition is basically given by the West people, Western people. Would you like to consider that as the definition? Because no object in the world which is created by the nature are useless. Okay? Everybody, even the coronavirus, even the your malaria, parasites, other things, it's having an existence and having the use in the schema of the mother nature. We do not. We are thinking that we are intelligent, but we are not. Now, coming back to that, West is, there is no West according to me. And this is not that according to me, according to the Indian way of thinking, there's nothing West in this entire cosmos. Okay, not only in this beautiful art, blue planet. How do you do? Because if you go back to the maybe my childhood, 30, 40 years back, our people were knowing how to use the resources of Mother Nature sparingly use and meeting the needs of the people, meeting the needs of a human being. The needs of the human being can be fulfilled by Mother Nature, not the greed. And that is the problem arises. And this is the West concept has basically emanated from the Western, according to me, which is the West. But today, I may say they are West, but we are more, like superseded them because we are following the Western culture and tradition blindly. Therefore, if they are West one, then we are West power to the N when N is tending towards infinity because we are ignorant and we are not educated properly. Okay? So therefore, and then the problem created, and then we became solving the things, and we are all embroiled with the problems, what they have started, and then we are now in a soup. So let us look at our beautiful blue planet, West material. Look at this. What we have created. Kinds of things, various kinds. Now, our job is to convert into West into wealth. Now, I want to ask this question. Hey, what do you mean by wealth? Which is the best wealth one can think of? Can anybody answer this question? Because before I proceed, let us understand, because this is about the course which is West to Wealth and Innovation, right? So, can anybody tell me which is the most important wealth for a human being? Of course, wealth for an animal will be different, wealth for virus will be different, wealth for bacteria will be different, but for human being or for a why human being? For any living beings, what is the best wealth one can think
Health,
of?
health,
Huh?
sir.
Health,
Which
Health,
are?
health,
health.
health.
Health. Okay, very good. But health is at stake at this moment because of the life we are leading in the comfort zone. Yes or no? Agreeable? Now,
Yes,
for
sir.
the existence, which is the wealth? For existence,
Air and water.
air and water. Very good. But air and water is there. If I'll not take any food, can it be?
Food.
Will survive?
No, no.
Can it be? No.
Nature,
Air was there
nature,
much before the living beings landed in this earth or maybe produced by this earth. Okay. First would come, if you go to the Indian, way of looking at, first come the Akash, Akasat Vayu. I'll not get into that. We Indians are having very great theory. Our ancestors are given. We are not aware of it, unfortunately. Okay. So those are things are there. But the living beings comes later on, the evolution. Okay. And according
So,
to Western
so
country theory and also the Indian theory. Okay.
the soul is the
Yes.
only wealth which you are having, sir.
No,
Human
no,
soul.
soul cannot be wealth. Okay. Soul is first of all, soul, what do you mean by Atman is not right? Because soul is a very concept. Okay. Soul is not Atman. I will not get into that. It will take time. Then I will go away from the topic. Okay. It's unfortunately people do not understand the meaning of soul. They are thinking it is Atman. Okay. It's not. Please understand. So therefore, that is not the wealth. Okay. And are you getting a point? I'll not get into that. This is a very, and you, it looks to me you have not, you may not be aware what is the soul from the English and what is the Atman from the our scriptures. These are not, they're totally, I mean, like they're different. Okay. So let us not digress into that. Let us look at the mundane level of the, our existence. From the physical level, I'll not get to the consciousness and other things, which is the Atman comes into picture. I'll not get into that. That will be very different altogether. Although I can talk at least for, on that. So coming back to that, the food is the most important wealth in the world. Okay. Agreeable, disagreeable? Agreeable, disagreeable? Apart from air and water. Okay. Air is polluted, still we are allowing because food is there. Now, food is also polluted. Like that is another. Sometimes I think, hey, what is happening? How I'm living? Because the foods are very bad. Quality wise, quantity is fine. Quality wise, and all are interconnected. Annad bhavati bhutani prajjannat inna sambhava yajnat bhavati prajjanya yajna karma samudbhava karma brahma udbhava vidhi brahmakharang samudbhava tasma sarvagatang nitya yajna pratishthitam. Okay, this from Bhagavad Gita. If any of you are interested to learn about Bhagavad Gita, it's very beautiful. This thing, chakrang, evam pravartitam chakram, is a chakra cycle. Now that cycle we have broken in the name of development, in the name of modernity, and without understanding the mother nature. So coming back to the wealth is the food. And then, of course, the whatever you tell, health, then air, water, whatever the required, Panch Mahabhut, is what we call. These are all important. We have all spoiled them to the point of no return. And so, therefore, this is the wealth. And coming to that, so, so therefore, this is a very important aspect of this thing, what we need to look at it. Okay. And what do you mean by waste material? So I just want to learn from you. Okay. So can you please tell me what do you mean by waste material?
That has been discarded after the primary use.
Primary use. What is primary use?
That value to the producer.
For the purpose of which it was manufactured or created.
That is the thing what generally people are talking about it. But was it the part of our Indian culture? Was it part of Indian culture?
No.
Was it there? For example, let me tell you, when I was a child. Huh?
Which is extract of the used things. Sir, waste was always there, whether it is Indian or the foreign. Waste was always there, sir.
Yes, but they do not see the cycling. Hello, tell me. Because we always try to use any resources from the nature because the nature creates materials, okay? And we just manipulate it. Now that we see that as earlier it was a part of our lifestyle, okay? But today it is not. For example, earlier days we are wearing not, what you call pants and shirts, okay? Dhoti. Now, if we use a dhoti, like long cloths, drap it, or sarees, okay. What do you do? It is torn. What you will do next with the sarees or the dhotis? What you will do with that? Will you throw it out? Because that is the primary objective is over. Will you throw it out?
We will stitch it and then we will use it, sir.
Stitches? No, we'll have to, you cannot stitch it, then you will use for something. Then it will go on. Then we'll be using this dhoti or the sari for making ropes for, these things. There's several items we do make, but today we do not do that. Okay. For example, there is a recently, paruls, that all these stuffs from the agriculture is creating a lot of pollution. But earlier they were not creating pollutions. Okay. Why? Because if this is there from the rice stalks or these things, then it will go and take the cows. There will be a thatched house. And then that will be, you can have a vegetables on the top of the thatched house. And then you will be using as a hard or the compost. It is a cycle. Nothing is waste. Okay. Are you getting? The beautiful system was there in this country, but this destroyed. Are you getting a point? Please understand. This is a very different thing in this country. Therefore, Ebang Chakram means cycle. That cycle is lost because of adopting the Western way of life. You take the example of the house, what we built.
Like we have adapted the Green Revolution.
Yes. It's a really a great crime to have the Green Revolution. We have spoiled the water, we spoiled the air, we spoiled the land, we spoiled the people, body. And not only human beings, all living beings are affected by the Green Revolution. And all diseases and they are poor fellows. They are being spoiled by us and they are required. All living beings are connected with each other. Therefore, all became waste to this Mother Earth. Are you getting a point? See, please, you will have to go back and analyze. 30 years back, this globalization has spoiled everything, according to me. All are gone. Therefore, we have started an organization that is Bharatiya Paramparik Gyan Vigyan Samaj. That means parampara, like we'll have to, not all are old or gold. Let me tell you, I do not agree with that part. But however, there are certain things very good. And those things must be looked at it again at this critical and crucial juncture. So, but however, we are looking all these problems through the eyes of the Western way of looking at the thing. That is a myopic view, not integrated view. Because the Western science and technology based on the reductionist, not an integrated holistic way. Okay. I'll not get into the philosophy of that. East Indian way was good, but we do not know, nor it is a part of our curriculum, unfortunately. Nor people do not understand what they will teach you. Okay. This is a very great, my intention of taking this lecture is that, like, look, the way we are looking, I'll be talking about also the what can be, because it's not that at this moment we will, because already all the things we have adopted from them, we cannot throw them out at this moment of time. It's not possible. Therefore, you'll have to live with those garbage and how to convert the garbage into the useful things. Also, one has to look at it, both methodologies. So let me look at what do you mean by waste. Waste is material can be regarded as refuse from any kind of source. Hazardous waste is very hazardous. For example, nuclear materials are very hazardous. Electronics is very hazardous. There are batteries, what we are using, that this electric cars, these are all hazardous. Chemicals, that Bhopal gas tragedy. Okay, India is a populous country. Something will happen, then you do not know. People will be dying, and they're going. We are not very safe. Safety is not a great concern in this country at this moment of time. Okay, people are casual and callous. Mining materials. See, mining, lot of you might have not gone. I have gone. Life is there is very horrible. Let me tell you. I have gone to a few of them. And look at you people might not have gone to the sand mountains being created. Okay, sand fly ash that I was talking about. Fly ash. These are mountains in the name of agriculture, dairy, agriculture residues. These are all agriculture residues, not a waste. Please understand. Earlier days, all were utilized. Agriculture waste earlier days. Our ancestors were knowing how to do that. And so also the municipality solid waste, which is a great problem for the country. And can any refuse waste to be used to resourceable to others? That is the question, because we create. Now, so therefore, look at the household. Now, how many garbage we produce because of packaging, right? And packaging is, you take what you call maybe 20 grams of biscuit, and then, the wrappers is so much you cannot imagine. Okay. Everything is wrappers. Earlier days, let me tell you, I used to go and get a biscuit, that fellow will give, and I'll take and eat it. And we don't have these polythenes bags earlier days. I remember when I was a child, I used to go get, vegetables and other things for my mother and other things, right? I'll take a bag made of cloth. And those are being made from the torn cloth. Okay. That means, for example, like my father's pant, I was not wearing at that time a full pant. Like when my father's pant it will be, full, then when it will be torn, then that will be made a half pant that I will be wearing, lower part will be back. Okay. Are you getting my point? But no garbage is being put, is being used, and then this bag will be, or this pant will become also the, like you can use a pocha. Pocha means, like cleaning up, and then once you use, then there's several ways of it. I'll not get into that. So historical was this was unscientific leading to development. See, this is a scientific, like what people says. Most of the, like things are there which our people were knowing how to do. Okay, because this was a part of our culture, tradition, and the way of life. For example, like I'll give an example that is very important. But those people who were having genuine, the thread, sacred thread, and now disposal. That how do dispose? And it will be going to the soil. Today you cannot, because it is having polyester. It is cotton. Cotton can be, absorbed by the thing and converted into a manure. But today it is not. So therefore, that is the where is a problem. Classification of waste, where it can be, as already talked about, hazardous waste, non-hazardous waste, radioactive waste, industrial waste, electronic waste, medical waste is another big problem. Like I'll tell you, my God, what is happening in this country? People do not know what they are doing at this moment of time. And although incinerator is required, but very lot of medical facilities, even including big hospitals, private particularly, even government, even if they will purchase, they will not use it, So it's not being disposed properly. And when you talk about and there is electronics waste. That is the waste on the sky. That is because of satellite, I don't know what will happen. Like there's also waste. And the India is a very great destination for waste dumping, I'll not get into that because, and here anything is sellable. Like anybody can sell anything. So a lot of things are coming, and we are in because organic waste. There's a packaging, municipal packaging, other material, glass, plastic, metals, and there are several other things. And we do not know segregate how to it. Of course, this, civic sense are really poor in this country at this moment of time. So also as that as industrial waste, lot of industrial, like chemical, chlorine. See, the chlorine is being used also in the water, and then DDT is other thing which are banned in Western countries. See, that is there are several chemicals, even in your food. is having also a lot of chemicals for the preservation, for a tasty enhancer. These are also waste. These are, you can broadly, like biodegradable, non-biodegradable. So let us, as per the biodegradable, solid waste can be classified as biodegradable, because which is by the process of the nature, in the absence of air, they, you can do that. Called so so like kitchen waste, animal dung, agriculture waste. See, earlier days, if you look at kitchen waste, there is no kitchen waste as such. Earlier, there is being used. For example, I remember in my home, like we are having cows. Anything is a waste with a vegetable, not non-veg, that will be cow will be taken care. Or anything will be left that it will be waste, it will be manure. There is a very beautiful cycle was there. And so also the animal dung, agriculture waste were being used. Non-biodegradable can be disposed, called the non-biodegradable. That is a very arduous path one has to take. And there are two types. One is recyclable, other is non-recyclable. You cannot recycle. Okay. And the recycle, is a very important. Waste having the economic value, but at distance difference. See, nowadays economy is playing a very important role. And like plastic, paper, old cloths, right? This can be recycled. Now, as the lot of cloths are having polyester, what you will do with them? So also the plastics. So also the paper. For example, book. Earlier days, if the torn books are there, it can go to our soil is a great absorber, converter, like the things, and that can do. But today you cannot put the book into the soil to the decompose because of plastics, right? Now, how to remove that plastics from the book's cover and other thing is another million. We have to pay money for that, and a lot of like waste which do not have economic value, like Terra packs, carbon paper, thermocols. These are being used, like we are all people are taking thermocol in a hot things, even cold things. These are all are should be banned, but unfortunately we are using it because of our country, and also it has come from the modern technology from the West. So the present status of waste management is a very, very minimal. I must tell you, the management is coming into that, and for that, a lot of education is required. So also the people, and so also the 140 crore people how to manage, and they're unruly, they're casual, careless, and other things. These are all comes into picture. Estimated waste generation more than 150,000 metric ton per day, and per capita waste generation ranges from 0.3 to 0.6 kg. Now this data may be little bit earlier data. It may be 0.7 kind of thing. Of course, it varies. Now imagine this data is increasing, and we are having a population of 140 crore. India generates nearly 26,000 metric ton plastic waste on daily basis, 94 lakhs tons of trash every year. Waste collection efficiency, bigger size cities range from 70 to 90%, small size town is about 50 to 60%. What happened to other things? And even if they will collect, what they will do with that? Of total collected waste, 20% is processed and remaining 80% are dumped in the landfills. Now, we have spoiled the mountain. Now we are creating the mountains. Mountains of garbage, mountain of, this waste material. Local authorities spend 5% on waste disposal. Maximum cost is incurred to street sweeping collection. And a lot of, these people, rat piggers are really, this thing. And there's another important thing I must tell you. The vultures have gone. So also the crow, because I give every day food to the crow in the morning as a part of my yajna. Of course, I started in this institute with the my help of my wife, who is the proponent of that. But now I observe the crows are having a lot of disease. They are poor fellows. They are affected by us. Okay. So therefore, that is a natural way of scavenging the things which is lost today because of this thing. And why to have a waste management? Because to protect the human health, so all the other animals, living beings, and improve the quality of life among people living in rural areas. I don't know why rural, even urban areas, okay? And rural areas people are less affected, but with the urbanization, now they are mostly affected and they are not that concerned about that because it was ignorance. To reduce the environment pollution and make the rural urban areas clean, promote recycling and reuse both solid and liquid waste, convert bio-waste into energy, for instance, greater energy security at the village level. I don't know. See, this is another myth, according to me, that people have put it, particularly influenced by the Western, that more the energy per capita indicates the development. According to me, it should be other way around. The less amount of energy used by the person will indicate the person is developed or underdeveloped. Okay, that I put other way around. And that is the thing what our ancestors have taught us. Okay, but unfortunately, people do not understand, and they are going by the Western model that more the what you call fuel you use, more the bigger economy, then you will be the no, this is not the thing. Okay, we should use minimum material for our life because we are taking. जैसे कि मधुमक्खी like bees, honey bees take the honey from the flower, not affecting the honey, affecting the flower. That is the way we should live. It's like Mother Nature, and we should use not affecting the health of the Mother Nature. Like so for example, I'm a child. Can I take the milk so much that my mother will die? This is totally wrong, according to me, the way we are doing. And it's not that in India, it's the entire world. And India, of course, now in the, euphoria of becoming a developed country is doing that, unfortunately. To generate the employment for people by offering new opportunities and waste management, of course, it will be also look at it in certainly adopting cost-effective and sound wastewater and solid water treatment technology. First of all, I would put it other way around. We should do in such a way that waste should not be generated or minimized. I can't say it should not be generated, but minimize. For example, let's say agricultural waste is being utilized in our country, right? So therefore, that will be the way one has to think of. Now, coming to unsanitary condition due to accumulation of the solid waste, whether due to solid waste and epidemic outbreaks, why you want to handle that? Like disease, cholera, diarrhea, plague, dysentery, jaundice. GI infection is a very big problem today in our country. A lot of people are affected by that. The decomposition and putrefaction may occur, intolerable odors, waterborne disease like gastro, cholera. Already I've talked about it. This is a very big problem. Also, another problem is allergic and the cough and cold is a common, problem. So look at this kind of materials, what is being going. You might be seeing that. I'm just trying to draw your attention. You see, we are producing a lot of garbages, rubbish and refuse materials in decomposition. Of course, nowadays people are talking about it. And waste management, what do you have to do? You have to basically waste collection, segregations, then transportation, treatment, and disposal. Now, who will do? Now we'll have to produce some robot to do that because the people in our country are not very much, dedicated to their job. They are really cheating. The majority of them and supervisors too also. Like, it's not being done. They're being paid. Both the private and government, a lot of managements are coming into pictures, but unfortunately the culture is not there. So therefore, the robot will coming into picture, and robot will create their own problems associated because who will feed them and what happened to the people. If people are not getting employed, not doing job, then naturally their mind will be astray and they will get disease, and a lot of problems will be coming. Like mental disease of our country is increasing at an alarming rate because of the model of living being adopted from the Western, which is not really good. Okay. And that also the way. So transportation, physical movement of waste, and then when you do that, you'll have to also, pollute the air because you'll have to use fossil fuel. Even if you use solar, even if you use for, electric vehicles, then naturally that will be also, creating a lot of waste like batteries. Battery disposal is a big problem. varieties of vehicles. And also when you talk about that, even if electric vehicle, like electric, you generate a lot of pollutions, somewhere else, but it maybe should done regularly, help maintain hygienic condition. Containers should be leak proof. And you see, that is another problem. Maintenance is a big problem in our country. People just, don't, they take the regular maintenance, lot of vehicle, lot of, in our own home, we have seen like a lot of dust are collected. People are leaving. I always, go to somebody's house and say, hey, what you are doing? You're so lazy. No, time nahi hai. Which we don't have time to do. You go to any office and the things, go to and see the toilet. You will be really surprised, So the collection, transport, disposal, these are the things. Then, like you'll have to see how properly it is done. What is the things? And, large number of dustbins are now, of course, if you look at 20 years back, not there today, at least in the airport, other things are being placed. But the people are spoiling, like even in my own institute, I can tell you, I put the dustbin that they are not being cleaned. They are just loitering around. Even a few days back, I visited, I don't know what is that? Everything is there, but why you are putting outside? There is a culture. That is these people are doing, and they're not taking it out. Although we are paying money for that, to the municipality. Municipality is becoming richer, but the work is not being done, Begetting. So very large amount. How to waste management? It's a very thing. Least favored option to the most favored. That is first is disposal itself. One is the energy recovery you can do, recycling, reuse, minimization, and prevention. But most favored, I would suggest that, that use the less material. As I would already told, that is the prevention. Use the less material, use the wrapper. For example, whenever they open the, like some kind of a dedication of a book or something they want to release, they wrap. Why do you wrap? I've told all the time to my people and other places wherever I go, but people don't listen. Why do wrap? Tell me. Why? Where will that material will go? It's a wastage of, right? The sundarta, like for beauty. I told, what is the beauty lies in the eyes of beholder, not that, you will make it and then think that. See, these are all something is there. So energy recovery is a very important conversion of energy from the non-recycled waste material into the usable electricity, heat, and fuel. So these are the things how we can think of, because energy is a very sought after commodity today. And types of solid, I have already told you: garbage, rubbish, refuse, litters include paper, bead, discarded wrapping bottles. And of course, a lot of people are using a bottle as an art. I have seen in one college, some student have done. But what happened to when it is hot and humid, those plastic bottles will be releasing a lot of gases. What will happen to that? People don't think, but that looks to be very innovative way. But they will have to think also the outside. So coming back to that health hazards, the many terrestrial animals and plastic from dumping sites, the poor fellow, the cow, the crows, the thing, I feel sorry for the poor fellow. And their health is in very, very trouble. And we are using, for example, you drink the milk, you take the food, you take, other things. Those are all contaminated today. I don't know. Sometimes I feel God might be there. Otherwise, we won't be survive. If you look at scientifically look at what is happening. Many aquatic animals die every year because of plastic bag filters. Like the sea has gone. So also the air, water, soil. I will talk now. If you look at municipality wide, World Bank has having, globally will increase from roughly 3 million tons per day currently to 6 million tons by 2025, what people are saying. And India, so of course, a lot of people are arguing, advocating that, India is having potential to 3,000 megawatt energy from the municipal solid waste by 2020. 20 has gone. I do not know about this data, what it is. Maybe you people can talk about it. Okay. So conversion of municipality gas to biogas would be beneficial, isn't better fuel quality due to the increase in calorific values. And like everything is having a cost, honestly, and a high capital maintenance operating cost, because challenges are capital cost is high. So also maintenance. So also the operating cost and skilled manpower, the common people cannot do. Then, there are also costs like salary, other things, and sources segregation is another important thing. How to, separate the organic from the inorganic, because when you talk about getting the kind of things what you call power generation or the gas, then naturally you'll have to throughout the year, because the climate changes is another big problem in India, and there is a climate what you call changes across the globe, and global warming and then climate change, then in another problem. You cannot really predict what will happen. For example, like yesterday, it was raining, and today also rain clouded, and then thing, and 2 days before, then again windy, then cold. All things are coming together. You don't no predictive tool can really take care of. Management land requirements projection is from 2025. If you look at now, we don't have really much land to feed the people. But now to west, we will have to land, like where to get that land. And that land also became useless. So what is that 2025? 2001, we are having, if you look at the population is increasing, but then the requirement also will be increasing, land requirements and MSB, what you call like requirements, right? It's really very high. Now, and of course, I have told you this thing. I think I will skip this portion, because organic, recyclable, and inert, the sand, pebble, gravels. There's another thing. A lot of building construction are going. Now the mountains are being broken. The mountains is very important. But can anybody make a mountain of whole? Can anybody, any engineer can design a mountain range? But
No.
no. Then whether we are having a right to spoil them forever? Yes or no? We cannot, but we are spoiling them. A lot of mountains have gone. The Eastern Ghat is almost, in a trouble. So also the Western Ghat. So also the Aravali, Aravali. Our ancestors told, Javat tishtati mediniyam santati putra Javat tishtati bhumandale sa saile pal Banakanana Tavatistati Mediniam Santati Putra Potri. This is the Devika Kavacha. We do not know. We don't care. We don't understand. But our ancestors were very great. They have told that you cannot spoil the mountain forest and mountain range. But we are doing in the name of development. Now, in the municipality, of course, biodegradable, if you look at recyclable, 20%, 50% is what you call biodegradable, 8% are the basically others, inert is 22%. Now you can say the paper and then organic waste, inert silt, and then glass, metal, plastic, and cloths, and very 2% at this moment of time. So if you look at, I will be showing, like maybe later on, it was a thing. So annual waste in, India is the third largest waste generator after China and the USA. Let me tell you, India is going to pass the China and US in generating the waste, because our population is burgeoning and we are adopting a model which is not meant for. So therefore, and also we are very good in not managing the thing properly, because of population. It's a very big problem of, and also I'll not get into other reasons. Annual waste is 62 million, and plastic waste is 5 million, biomedical waste is 0.17, hazardous waste is 7.9 million tons, e-waste. E-waste is increasing tremendously in this country because of mobiles and computers and other things. And a lot of e-waste are coming to this also. So, if you look at the per capita generation has gone to the 200 grams to 60 grams per day, 0.6 kg, as I told earlier. And TPA is collected and 1 million is treated. I think these are the data I'll skip, because there's a lot of, it is projected that by 2000, okay, I think projected that by the year 2000, MSV generation shall increase to 165 million tons from the 436 million tons by 2050. These are projections, And then you continue to dump. We need 1,240 hectares of land per year at this moment, and it may be going on and then on and on. We need to require 60,000 hectares of land. From where we'll get, where the people will have to keep. Where the agricultural land, we'll have to, all are going. Look at these things. This is the Qutub Minar. Qutub Minar is basically, I think, something around 91 meters or something, and out of which only 8 meters are remaining, rest are mountain. That means after few years, you will find a big mountain, which is height will be mountain of West material more than the Qutub Minar. Okay, Qutub Minar you might have seen. Some of it is a very tall minars. Now will be, and it's not only with the Delhi, it is also in Kolkata. It is there in Bangalore, it is there in Hyderabad. All they have done, and then a lot of gases are coming out. People are burning and other things. Like if you look at the Valsa landfill, Okhla landfill, Ghaziapur landfill. This I'm talking about Delhi's primary landfills. There are several of them. Okay, and air pollutions do not cover their waste with daily cover. Air institution provides oxygen requirement to increase biological activity, and that creates a lot of gases. The carbon monoxide, hydrogen sulfide, volatile organic, these are all very bad for the air pollution and also greenhouse gases and other things. So look at this thing. This is let me look at the time. So the mismanagement of solid waste is a collective response stemming from our own activities, waste collectors and waste disposal. Like the way it is being done. You look at the rack figures, and this is really is a very, very harmful of spreading the bacteria and surrounding bad odors. A lot of people might be experiencing this because today the garbage are being dumped in the places, not only there, everywhere around that, where, because you cannot, all populations. Now, if you look at the various stages of waste degradation landfill, the problems with landfill, let's say hydrolysis and aerobic degradation. That is carbon dioxide and water. Carbon dioxide gas is really a big problem, you know. And then you go to the hydrolysis and fermentation. I'm talking about various stages. This is aerobic and this is anaerobic. Organic acids, hydrogen, carbon dioxide, water, and ammonium, nitrogens, and other thing will be coming. So autogenesis, the stage 3, acetic acid, hydrogen, carbon. If you go to release, what will happen? And methane is anaerobic, methanogenesis, methane and carbon dioxide. Of course, if you collect it as a methane or a hydrogen, you can use it, but those are low calorific value of gas because of carbon dioxide. When you go to oxygen, you'll get carbon. Again, that is a problem. So the landfilling is not really the solutions, okay, for municipality waste or the waste disposal. Let me tell you, I'm very much convinced about that, but that is the easier way of doing, but we don't have land. And there's a several things are there, storage bags, rejecting materials, like window compostings, and of course, a lot of things will be, one has to look at it. Of course, there is a community, wet waste, the direct dumping into the tank, because there's a lot of food and other things like where food processing, they do a lot of these things. Of course, that can be utilized for the creating manures. And biomechanical processes, segregation, how we'll do that, and curing system for stabilization. These are also another cost, involved in very enormous, so also the technology. But there is also vermi composting is coming up, but although the organic farming and other thing they are using, but I am really not very favor of that, because what happened to the animal putting together, they will be under stress, right? And but whereas we believe in the natural farming, which was a part and parcel of Indian culture and tradition, which is lost, to the point of no return at this moment. But however, it can be revived provided we study it. So there is a biomethanation, the digesters, gas storage, like to see there's no leakage, a lot of problems associated with that. But however, technology wise, one can develop, people are working on it, they're getting outside technology. So options for that, biodecomposition, to maintain biological condition process, quality of compost, marketing compost. See, these are all, kind of things. But earlier, today, when you do that, you need expert, and then you need also the cost of the compost also goes up, and then so also the food cost. These are all related. So also the farmers committing suicide, and then all these things because they're not cost effective. There's a lot of, and the food cost is increasing at an alarming rate. Okay. And these are all, of course, the incineration waste is another low calorie value of municipality. Therefore, it is difficult. Moisture, because nowadays all the time rain is there. It's not that only in the rainy season. Okay. In the winter season also the moisture is too high. So also the other period. So therefore, the global warming, because of that, the nature is trying to cool the earth by their own methodology, and then we are all the moisture. Moisture content is a big problem. So how to handle that? Segregation, other things, these are the challenges. And other is the recycling things and methane capture from the land, landfill management, and then municipality lack funds from the finance them, and also maintenance. Maintenance is a big problem. If you look at, like they may buy a technology from the outside, from the inside, then they will not maintain, and then, this will be just a showpiece. And that is also happens in the educational institute, particular government organization. They buy the instrument, they don't use it. Today itself I visited and I found, what is happening there. So that is also a very, these people are not very much, concerned and serious about their work. And lack of municipal managers, small scale methods is also produced, may not attractive to the investors. And the landfill, as I told, is a small city, may not generate enough garbage to produce the enough methane. There's another problem. But now to say, these are all challenges. Now, the treatment of municipal various ways is basically various ways one can do. I've already talked about the anaerobic digestions. There is a pyrolysis, there is incineration and combustion and gasification. Now, so if you look at that, there is a pyrolysis. What is pyrolysis? Pyrolysis means, is basically the kind of a what you call pyrolysis, like you can say that thermal degradation material at elevated temperatures in absence of air, ideally. But however, there is a little amount of kind of a, is required for the sustaining the combustion to occur, or the pyrolysis to occur. Then you will get a volatile gases, hydrogen, methane, and then higher hydrocarbon, carbon monoxide, and dioxide. And you can get also the oil. There's a flash pyrolysis, which is high rate of heating that we call. You can get the oil that can be used as a liquid fuel. And then you'll get the charcoal and biochar. And then how to use that, also another things. So there is a technology here in our country. Of course, a long time back, people have used. I had done some work maybe 20 years back. I would set up a solid waste. And gas rate is something given cc per minute. You can get temperature higher. There's a peak temperature where you'll get different material. Municipality of the Hyderabad, it has been taken, like kind of thing, which is something giving. And waste paper, garden waste, tea waste, racks, this can also be done. And these are the some kind of data. I'll not get into this. And if you look at the systematic of a typical pyrolysis, is basically, pyrolysis reactors, and for which you will have a boiler or the heater heating, and from where you will get that heat, whether it will make it sense or not. Then there will be condensation, and then liquid will coming, there will be purification, upgradation also, because the low calorie values. And then you'll have to do what pyrolysis. And another way is that you'll have to use this gas cleaning, because that gas which will be used from that, can be utilized for burning, so that you can make it self-sustainable. And there's a milling machine that whatever the residue will come out, and you'll have to use magnetic separators, and then upgrading this thing, and then use that gas, right? So there is a combustion that, this is as old as our civilization, is a combustion where you'll directly burn it and eat it. For example, you might be knowing that cow dung cake is being, burnt to cook the food. And that is a very nice way of cooking the food. And because of earlier days, our people were using, but today they do not know how to use it. Of course, this carbon dioxide, other gases which will be coming out of that, and that if you minimize the carbon dioxide, then carbon dioxide and water will be coming. And so also the incineration, like particularly, I always wonder why Indians were using incinerator for disposing of dead bodies. Why? Because India is a populous country. And the populous country, the quicker way of doing that, according to my logic, that instead of decomposing will take a lot of time. So that is the best method of disposing the human being body. Okay. So significantly reduces necessary volume for disposal and substantial reduction in weight and risk of emission causing health and environment hazard, that is also there. And you will get end product, maybe some flue gases, which has to be disposed, cleaned before you dispose it. And heat generated, so also the power generation can occur. So this is a typical industrial generation. Like if you look at solid waste, is a continuous feeder, there is a rotary clean, and then you will have to have a bottom mass, you can take it out, there's a boiler, and then you will have to be dust collectors and cooling, you will have to cool this thing. There's a slack lime, activated carbon, so that even gas will be cleaning. And then you'll have to use it for power, and of course some of the solid particle will be coming out for the back filters, other thing you can use as a fly gas. So that is another problem, that how to dispose the fly gas is another problem. And this gas you can use for like a kind of thing. And of course the boiler, you can use a steam power plant, you can use, and I think this gas will be stuck, and then it will be polluting the air as well. Okay. Now, case study of this, I think I will skip this thing. There is a case study, and which is being done in, I think, in something in the Delhi or somewhere, in the incineration of the facilities. The most use is reduced. 1179, municipality waste plants was being around the world exist with total of 7 lakh metric tons, and 77% of waste are incinerated 2010 as compared to 1990. Okay, this is the Tiramat Delhi. Yes, I remember now. Timarpur, Delhi, with the incinerator technology. It was taken from outside, capacity with 300 TPD to produce 3 megawatt, per tons per, 89. And this is a very old concept in this thing. And the thermochemical treatments were going on, and then of course I think this I have done. So potential applications are there. You can use recovery, what you call plastics waste in principle, variable use recovery, polymers, hydrocarbons, replace fossil fuels, reduce the carbon dioxide burden on the environment, and also co-ordination of plastic with other municipal solid waste may be increasingly practiced because of high calorie value of plastic. And but however, it will be polluting also, right? So Indian context, the incident is not much practiced in Indian cities because of the high organic material moisture content. As I told earlier, the power potential of incinerator is elected to 167 kilowatt per tons of municipality with efficiency only 15%. That is the biggest problem. And the capital cost of incineration plant, which has been Delhi, is 60 crore at that time, 700 tons per day. Operating maintenance expense 3 crore per 15-year plan. So I think you see this plant was operated, but unfortunately it was not continued to my knowledge. It was there only for 21 days before shutting down due to the poor quality of incoming waste. And estimated annual emission reduction, what people are giving estimation, that it is the emission reduction is Rajkot is the lowest one, and the highest is the Delhi West Speakers, because that is the thing. And so these are the kind of estimated annual values. Gross residue available crop residues, there are several residues which people are saying it is as a available, but I am thinking that animals and other things that can be used. Okay. And biomass pellets can, a lot of work has been done. I was doing some work when I was doing my PhD, and a lot of research has been done, and then particularly gasification of that. And we are having organic, basically you have to gasify. That means you will have to increase the temperature of the bed where the combustion will be taking place, and you will be getting synthesis gas. and which can be used as a fuel. And of course, the Fischer-Tropsch synthesis one can use to improve its quality. And types of gasifier: fixed bed gasifier, entrant flow gasifier, fluidized bed gasifier, biomass municipality waste gasification, plasma gasification, aerosol rocket dye gas, black liquor gasification, catalytic gasification, biological coal gasification. So if you look at, India is having the technology of the fixed bed, and some of the people have developed fluidized bed, and there we are having developed, but these are the advanced technologies which need to be developed. Now I will not look at this thing. I'll skip this portion, and let me tell you, this is the if you look at the like, I'll also skip this. Basically, there are three types. So these are fixed bed gasifiers. One is the downdraft, updraft, and cross draft. And generally, the updraft, the downdraft can be divided into closed top and open top. And these are the things what is being basically developed in our country. Of course, some of the people have developed also updraft gasifier, which is easier. This is the advanced technology. What my group in ISC Bangalore, my professor, they have developed this thing. And the reburn downdraft gasifiers and the powder biomass. Also, I was involved in some kind of this thing in the very beginning, but after that I left it. But you can get a wood or the rice husk, other things, they're very low. Keep in mind that the calorific value of these gases are very, very low. And when you talk about the municipality waste, it will be much lower. So that is the biggest challenge of that. And I will skip this. This is a fluidized bed gas and there is a advantages. The various types of fluidized bed means, you'll have to basically make it powder and then make it to be fluidized by the air, so that suspended the fluid, and the very high, bigger power, capacity is being done. And I think technology we don't have, to my knowledge. Maybe some people might. There's a beautiful technology. What I like it, circulating fluidized bed gasifier, which will be taking care of the thing. And of course, the aerobic digestions, which is the very things are being taken care. And then there is anaerobic digestions, and where the overall process basically will get to the carbon dioxide and methane. And there is a lot of technologies available: wastewater disposal, waste digestion, and other things, both the solid waste and the liquid waste. This is a typical diagram I have shown you. I think all of you might be knowing that we can generate some electricity, but it takes time. It is having a fluctuation. There's a lot of problem associated, corrosion and other problems. So if you compare this thing, the agricultural waste is 50 to 80%, landfill is 58, but whereas the industrial waste 57% methane. And the hydrogen sulfide is higher in industrial waste, lowest in the landfill. But depending on these are some average values. And carbon dioxide is low in case of low in the landfills. And these are all other things. Are nitrogen is basically, when you talk about it, when you use air, then nitrogen is a very low quantity is there. So therefore, an average calorie is 23 megajoule, whereas a 50 kind of things, which is lower as well. There is a enrichment of biogas, how to remove CO2. If you remove the CO2 and remove the hydrogen sulfide, that work is also going on. But you use sodium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, or sodium carbonate, or monoethanoamine. So these are the alkaline being used, and analysis of purified biogas samples, you can get something 96 to 91%. That is the calorie value basically gets enhanced. And so there is the Amos Biogas Division Gujarat plant, which has done some bottling plants, they are very successful in doing that. And state-wise biogas, like CNG, if you remove the carbon dioxide, it become a natural gas, and then you compress and you can use. The Maharashtra is having highest capacity, state-wise installed. As per the 2018, it might have gone up, and a lot of reports are going on. Concluding remarks is that incineration pyrolysis gasification technology seems to be viable technology for converting waste to energy. Fixed bed gasifier can be used for both small scale and power generations because of it is easier to handle, and technology is available in our country. indigenous technology. Biogas can be used in the rural areas and also in handling the industrial waste. Indigenous technology converting waste to energy should be developed. Reduction of waste generation can be accomplished by changing the lifestyle, devising appropriate model of development for modern India. Of course, the waste to energy is bridge to renewable energy, but however, I must emphasize the lifestyle is more important, and so also the model of development is more important so that we can manage ourselves. Thank you very much. If you are having a question or other thing, let me know.
Have any questions? Could you please unmute?
Sir, pranam, sir.
Pranam.
Sir, now the scientists are talking about applications of artificial intelligence in various fields. Is there any application of artificial intelligence in this waste management, sir?
I don't have much knowledge. However, people may be using it because artificial intelligence is coming in a big way and it is encompassing all the parts of the things. Although it is not called for. It may be. It will be there. You're getting. But in real sense, artificial intelligence, how it will be in helping the designing or running the things, I don't know. There might be some software whenever it is there that will be coming the pictures. So it may be, I think maybe you can explore and let me know because I am not aware in India, is there anybody, technology or the industry, particularly for converting the waste to energy, artificial intelligence. But however, there is always possibility of using it. But I don't prefer that. Unless otherwise it is a very essential. I must tell you all the participants, look, that artificial intelligence will be used sparingly whenever there is a human risk. For example, there is a war or there is some kind of things where we can use robotics and other things. For example, blast furnace or a very hard places or something. There you will, but not for the common people, not the common product or the consumer products or the process. That is my way of looking at it. But it must be, and people should at least, not everywhere, too much of anything is bad, what is happening in our country. Ati darpe hata lanka, ati manescha korava, ati dane barivarta, ati sarvatra gaitam. So, therefore, that is the problem. Okay. So, but it should be learned. You can't say that no to the artificial intelligence, machine learning, or the in blockchain or any other technology. I am not saying that you should not use at all, but it will be used intelligently and keeping the mind of we are having burgeoning population and a very tiny place. Okay. Is that clear to you, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Any other questions?
Sir,
Yes.
can we recommend this incineration as a waste management technology, sir?
Yeah. Whenever there is a, like a material which can be combustible, particularly organic in nature, it can be utilized, and this is being done since the time memorial in this country. Okay? Why? Because कोई मर जाता है तो उसको जला ही देते हैं. ठीक है.
What about the environment, sir? Especially
environmental, if it is, if you do properly, the environment pause and then locally it won't. But if you do concentratedly, for example, let's say in a village, how many people will be dying in a day? Unless there is a diarrhea and cholera. Okay. Very few.
No,
so therefore that is a, localized, that won't affect. And it has to be done properly because there is a procedure of incineration. Okay. But however, with the modern learning, one should not do openly. Okay. Are you getting? There might be a hybrid way of doing the thing which people have not developed design it. Let me tell you. Are you getting?
Yeah.
So incineration is a way,
Incineration,
but one has to
actually,
develop our
incineration
own
of waste.
design. Okay.
Incineration of the waste, sir. Especially the plastic materials can get into it without
No,
segregation.
plastic material has to be done in a little different way, because what gases will be coming out of that because of incinerating the plastic, how to control it, where to dispose that is another problem. Okay, are you getting? Suppose you take an plastic and bottle, and then a lot of people, I have gone to a factory in a what do you call, in Kanpur. They had called me. I told, what people are doing? You do not know. Their tires, they're pyrolizing. I told, what, my God, and leaving everything gas to the outside. In this country, nobody can really check what is happening. Okay. So that is not the way. Is that clear?
One more thing, sir, I would
Yeah.
like to mention here. I think awareness among the rural areas, especially, or even the urban areas, awareness about the alternatives is very important, as the hazardous nature of the waste is important.
See, awareness, if you look at, as 140 crore people, and nobody listen to anybody in this country because of.
One more thing,
Let,
sir.
let me
I
tell
must.
you. See, you can say awareness. Who is really interested to get aware? Everybody thinks he knows the best than the other. No, reality.
And another thing is the implementation of the laws, environmental laws.
Yeah,
And
that is the very important point. And also there are several issues. I think, we'll confine to our technology.
Yes, yes.
Are you getting? They're
Yes,
all
yes.
social problem and the
As
cultural
I
problems
think,
and other things.
and as far as AI is concerned, AI is must like in agriculture go for the precision agriculture. Why we use minimize this waste, or segregation where you must use the smart bins.
See, I don't know, smart bin. What is that smart bin?
Sir, which segregates this waste, helps to
It will be
segregate.
doing automatically or something, some
Yes,
sensor will be there?
yes, sensor-based technology.
Okay, that is good. But who will maintain that? What is the cost involved in that? And how to maintain that? That technology maybe you can get, but who will do? Suppose something will go wrong. Are you getting? Suppose you go and sit down, and then you want to pee, and the water will be coming out of it. What is the cost involved in that? Or
Sir, that's not too much, sir. I think
no, it's too much.
I
Too
think
much. Please get into that.
okay.
And maintenance, who will do for maintenance for you? Something will go wrong. Of course, this can be thought about, but one has to look at those aspects. What I'm trying to tell. That doesn't mean that, okay. And once you will do, then a habit, what happened to the habit of the people? People become useless, careless. I'll give an example. For example, nowadays, glass is coming up as a substitute for the bottle, plastic bottle. Like it's very difficult to handle the glass bottle. But when I was a kid, I used to handle glass bottle. Okay. Today, because we have lost the ability to do that, we become very careless. So therefore, the mind cannot adapt. Basically, if you make the thing smarter, then the people become useless. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
तनवीर जी, आप देखेंगे जीपीएस जो यूज कर रहे हैं ना, you can follow Hindi.
Yes, sir.
You go to the driver. I will give an example. What is the problem in the smartness? The driver. Earlier days, if a driver has taken from place X to Y, let's say from my institute, the airport, a new person, new path, he will not forget that at least for 5-10 years. Okay. But today you take a person who will be going through GPS, he won't. Suppose you remove the GPS, he cannot come back to the place.
Absolutely.
So what happened to the mind? And that fellow mind has gone means his son and daughter mind has also gone. Okay. Are you doing damage? Are you doing good to the people mind? They become dumb. Are you getting a point? So therefore, if you make the smart, then your people become useless.
Absolutely.
So there, be careful. Because the gene will be destroyed, that will take millions years to come out of it.
Absolutely.
Are you getting?
Yes, sir. Yes,
It's a, you want to make a building, it will take time. But if you destroy, it will take no time, less time. I can't say no time. Okay. So please understand the Western technologies, what we are adopting. Okay. I'm not against the technology, but one have to be very careful. Anyway, I
Absolutely.
think it's okay. If there is no questions, I'll go because. Okay, then fine. Professor
Thank you,
Naveen,
sir.
is it okay?
Okay, sir.
Professor-
Thank you.
Okay, then thank you very much. Sabko namaskar, dhanyavad. Let me end this talk with a mantra. Om Sharve Bhavantu Sukhina Sharve Shantu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukhabavet. Om Shanti Santi Santi. Sabko namaskar.
Thank you, sir.